Welcome to the ASB Chatham Cup fourth round draw. I'm Glen Watson, and joining me for today's draw is New Zealand Football Competitions Manager Chris Kemp and also All Whites Assistant Coach Neil Emblen. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Gordon.
Okay, so we had a weekend of goals, excitement and a deluge. There were 4 matches abandoned yesterday, and here to explain that decision to replay those games is Chris Kemp, of course. Chris, tell us a bit about what happened yesterday and the process behind rescheduling these fixtures.
Yeah, well, it's a rare occurrence actually to have 4 games, I think, abandoned. Caversham, Dunedin Tech called off prior to the start of the match. One of the goal mouths was flooded, and player safeties of paramount, obviously, so that was called off. 2 games kicked off, or 3 games kicked off, sorry, and Auckland certainly had a bit of a weather bomb coming, and it was scheduled to arrive about 3 o'clock, and the forecasters got it spot on, so just after half time in both matches, the match officials determined that it was unsafe and unplayable. It was affecting the way the game was being played. So they made the decisions to abandon the matches. So then the fun started, and federations and clubs do everything possible to try and get the match played. It's a pretty tight season as well, and certainly they did some pretty good work in trying to get them played. But there's a number of factors that determine whether it should be replayed, and given the circumstances, and we felt it was the best decision to replay those 4 matches from the start again.
Sure. So tell us, when will those fixtures be replayed, and will the draw still remain the same? For example, Glenfield playing Birkenhead, will that be at McFettridge Park?
Good question. Yeah, our plan is to play them this weekend because round 4 is the following weekend, and we're working through that now with the federations and the clubs. But the plan is to revert back to the original venue of the fixture.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Now, Neil, you've obviously seen your team knocked out in round 2 with Western Springs.
Yeah, we were a little bit unfortunate on that day, but fair play to Onehunga Mangere. They took their chances in the game, and we didn't. So that's the cup football. I thought we were the better team on the day and deserved to win, but that's why everyone loves cup football. And the best team on the day didn't win that day.
Now, you've also got a wealth of experience with Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton Wanderers playing in the FA Cup in England. How far did you get in that competition?
Actually playing, I got to the sixth round with Wolves. Got knocked out in the 6th round. So, that was actually while I was playing. But I went on to Crystal Palace and then went back to Wolves. And that year that I went back to Wolves, I actually made the semi-final and got knocked out against Arsenal, so I had to sit in the stands and watch that one, unfortunately, but no, it's great to be part of that and have that cup fever and know what it's all about, so it was a good experience anyway.
Excellent stuff. Okay, so in terms of the draw today, the country will be broken up into the 3 different regions, Northern, Central and Southern. Chris will draw the home side, Neil will draw the away side, and scrutinising the draw today will be Terry Hoban, who is the Northern Football Federation Competitions Manager, just to make sure that everything is absolutely spot on.
Okay, so we'll start with the Northern draw. I'm drawing the home team, and again, Neil's drawing the away team. So first up, team number 5.
Manurewa will play.
Team number 6.
Melville United, 2003 finalists.
Team number 3.
Glenfield Rovers or Birkenhead United will play.
Number 4.
Hamilton Wanderers.
Team number 8.
Onehunga Sports will play.
Team number 7.
Ngaruawahia United.
Team number 2.
Ellerslie or Waitakere City will play.
Team number 1.
Bay Olympic, winners as Blockhouse Bay.
And now for the Central Region draw. Team number 10.
Palmerston North Marist will play.
Team number 11.
Wairarapa United, the 2011 winner.
Team number 12.
Wellington Olympic will play.
Team number 9.
Lower Hutt City, the 2012 finalists.
And finally, the Southern Region draw, where Mainland Football and Football South teams are all combined into the whole draw. First team. Team number 13.
Kashmir Technical will play.
Team number 15.
Nelson College or Waimak United.
Team number 16.
Rosalind Wakari, celebrating 125 years, will play.
Team number 14.
Caversham or Dunedin Technical. So let's recap the ASB Chatham Cup 4th round draw for these fixtures to be played 29th and 30th of June. Firstly, with the Northern Region, Ellerslie or Waitakere City at home to Bay Olympic, Glenfield Rovers or Birkenhead United taking on Hamilton Wanderers, Manurewa against Melville United, while Onehunga Sports host Ngarawahia United. In the Central Region, Palmerston North Marist take on Wairarapa United, and a big Wellington derby, Wellington Olympic against Lower Hutt City. In the South, Kashmir Technical versus Nelson College or Waimak United, and Rosalind Wakari versus Caversham or Dunedin Technical. So that concludes the draw for the ASB Chatham Cup 4th round, and Neil, there's some mouth-watering fixtures have come out of the draw. Which of these Northern Region games do you fancy as being one to watch?
Well, I mean, whoever gets through from the Glenfield Birkenhead game, both those teams in red hot form in their leagues, and to be playing Hamilton Wanderers, who are also in great form. Mark Cossey's got them playing really well this year. They look like a lot of the Waikato-based National League players playing for them as well, so that's a real big tie, that one.
Now, your colleague Brian Turner's in charge of Onehunga Sports, and they've drawn Ngarawahia at home. Do you think BT would be happy with that?
I think he'd be delighted with that draw. I mean, no disrespect to Ngarawahia, but they're a Division 1 team, and they put away Onehunga Sports. They showed their class this weekend, beating Fencibles, who are leagues below, so I'm sure they'll be confident about that one.
Now, Ellerslie and Waitakere City have got to play each other this weekend in their replay, but they've got Bay Olympic waiting for them in the next round. That's a massive game.
Yeah, it's a huge game. Yeah, I mean, Ellerslie have got the advantage, obviously, of playing on their turf, and they're probably getting used to that now. So if they can get past Waitakere, that might be a tougher ask of Bay Olympic than we actually think. But it's still Ellerslie have got a bit of work to do, get past Waitek first.
Manurewa taking on 2003 finalists Melville United. An interesting draw for Manurewa, especially to get Melville at home. Yeah, struggling a little bit in the league, but obviously going well in the cup, and tradition-wise they've had a good cup run a couple of years ago as well, and I think it was semi-final they got to a couple of years ago. So a good side in the cup, and I think they'll be pretty confident they can beat Melville. Yeah. Now, Wairarapa United won the trophy in 2011. And they've got an away game at Palmerston North Marist, who have also got a few players with ASB Premiership experience. Interesting tie. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, Wairarapa are a team with definitely some ethnic flair, and they're a good team. First hand been beaten by those in the quarterfinal of the Chatham Cup in 2011. So, but away tie, local derby. They've also got some Manawatu players playing from as well, Marist. So I mean, it'll be a tough game. Now, there's a Wellington derby that pits Wellington Olympic up against Lower Hutt, who were beaten finalists last year, and that's obviously going to be another fixture to keep an eye out for. Yeah, it's a great game. That is, both sides, top sides down in Wellington, both with some excellent players on the show to go and watch. Lower Hutt have a real good young side down there, and Olympic obviously some good players that have played National League and still playing National League, so it's definitely a good tie, that one. Now, if we turn our attention to the Southern Region, Kashmir are taking on either Nelson or Waimak United, so the last school team involved in the Chatham Cup will have a difficult task perhaps if they to get through and face Kashmir.
Yeah, it's a tough draw. I mean, it's it's hard for the school teams to get through. They're doing ever so well. Nelson, they've got they always bring through players from that region, and I'm sure their coach is doing a good job. And they're it's a tough draw. To get past this first one's going to be tough enough. But Kashmir away is a very very hard ask. But wish them well.
Roslyn Walkery are celebrating 125 years of their existence. They've been drawn at home to either Caversham or Dunedin Tech, and again, like we've said it so often, looking across this fixture list, but this is another game that captures the imagination.
Oh, definitely. Good history, both Caversham and Dunedin Tech. Whoever gets through that one, I think they'll be quite confident about the next round, but it's going to be a humdinger, the game next Saturday for sure.
Okay, well that concludes our coverage of the ASB Chatham Cup 4th round draw. I'm Glen Watson, and thank you Neil Emblen, and also to Chris Kemp for being here today to run through the draw. And we look forward to some fantastic matches, 4 replays this weekend, and then the 4th round the following weekend.